Hey, yo, government! Can I have my fucking life back? I can barely afford Christmas this year. I'm making the most money per hour I've ever made since starting my career. And thanks to corporate greed and the highest cost of living that anybody's ever seen. And the bullshit taxation! I'm broker than I've ever been. I don't pay for luxuries. I get generic everything. Generic laundry soap, generic body wash, generic food. And now I almost can't even afford generic anything. People are saying that taxation is a scam. It's not a scam, it's extortion.
The biggest lie that we were all told is that if you just work hard, everything's gonna work out. You go to work every day and you work your ass off and you make sure your employer knows that you're valuable where you're at, you will get promoted, you will get a raise. The fact of the matter is, in every job I've ever worked, basically ever, the only thing hard work gets you is taken advantage of. If you're in the corporate world and you're working your ass off to do as much work as you can, you're gonna get paid the same amount as the guy next to you that's doing half the job you're doing. At the end of the day, really, the harder you work at your job, the less money you make. I've worked warehouse jobs where somebody became so good at their job that they were never able to get promoted because they just could not afford to lose that person's labor on the floor. Meanwhile, the people that were way worse than him at his job would get the promotion. Because at the end of the day, when that guy that's super valuable on the floor gets promoted and is no longer working there, they have to fill like 3 positions to replace that guy. But if they promote the guy that's actually not all that great, but he's just semi-capable at his job, they'd rather promote that guy because at least they don't have to cover 3 separate positions when he leaves. So the whole work hard mantra at your job, for 99.9% of jobs in this country, that's just not the case. The real answer is you need to work hard in the right places. Work hard on yourself. Work hard on the things you want to do.
This story right here is why something has to change. Capitalism is collapsing in front of our very eyes. Look at this. Despite working 40 hours a week, this American cannot afford to live and feed her newborn baby. She says, "I'm just so tired of living and working, doing this every single day and having nothing. I don't know how I'm going to get childcare when I have to work 40 hours a week because I can't even afford to feed my family as it is. I'm having medical problems. I can't even get into the doctor because x-rays and MRIs are $500, let alone a colonoscopy and anoscopy that I need. Like, I can't afford anything. My doctors cancel my appointments. This world is just not meant to be like this. We need to make change for us, for each other, please." And she's absolutely right, but what are our leaders doing right now that we elected? They're giving tax cuts to billionaires while people like her are working full-time and still struggling. People are working 40, 50, 60 hours a week and they still can't afford health care, rent, childcare, or groceries. And instead of fixing the problem like Donald Trump promised he would do, he is making everything worse. He slaps tariffs on goods that are raising the cost of food, clothes, and everyday essentials across the entire United States. He also passed the Big Beautiful Bill, which is raising costs for American families, slashing social programs, raising our debt ceiling, and giving tax cuts to billionaires. Trump promised to make everything cheaper for us. He promised to help the middle class, but of course,